Hey, can I just go and see this salad, please?
What size?
Probably just a small, please. So we've come to Cornell just to eat our lunch. We ended up just getting a salad from Burger Co today. And yeah, maybe I'll fly my drone here because I was keen to fly my drone today and hopefully tomorrow since I haven't flown it lately. Oh, check this out.
How'd your dinner go?
It was good. Alright guys, so yesterday, as you probably saw in the vlog, Bianca and I went to a restaurant called the Benelong in Sydney, which is actually inside the Opera House. And that was a really cool experience. Normally, I'm not a very big fan of fine dining and high class and all that sort of stuff. I mean, yeah, it's cool to dress up in suits, and I love dressing up in suits. But, it's about the food if you're going out to dinner. And I would prefer a middle-class restaurant with a decent portion rather than a high-class restaurant with a bullshit, portion that's this big. I mean, honestly, our entrees were this big and the plate was this big. I mean, it was like a joke. The food was obviously absolutely amazing because there was some really famous chef there. And everyone, all the waiters that were coming past, they all had foreign accents, so I'm kind of just guessing that they're all students and they're trying to learn from this chef. Despite the fact that I don't really like fine dining because of, the quantity and the sizing of the food and everything, it was actually a really nice time. That was mostly because of the location, and I would rather pay extra money for a really, really good location while I eat dinner rather than paying extra money for a small quantity, but it's going to taste nicer. Because most of the time, okay, let me show you. Okay, so this is the cost, right? This is nothing. This is super, super, super expensive. This here is location. Okay, so for example, if I was in a super good location, I would be more than happy to pay this money. If I was in a, an average location, I would probably want to spend, not so much money. If I'm in a terrible location, well, I mean, I'll still be alright paying decent money as long as the food is alright. What I'm after is just average food, well, not really average, just decent food. I mean, most restaurants have decent food. Like, there's a very small difference between decent food and what I would consider fine dining. So this is location. Okay, so now if I was to change this to the quality of the food, so the 10 would be the Benelong, and this is like Macca's or something. Not even, this is like a really bad restaurant where you just know you're gonna get food poisoning. I would pay squat for 5. I would probably still pay about here. But for 10 out of 10 food, I'd still only be willing to pay like here. Not even, like, I think that's stretching it a bit. So apart from my really bad drawing here and the fact that I can't draw straight lines, I mean, I'd be happy paying a lot more just for the location rather than for the good food. I mean, if the Benelong, where it was an opera house, was just average food, I think I still would have paid exactly the same. I would have rathered, if it was just a normal, like, Chinese restaurant or like, a classic Australian, I don't know, cuisine. There's not really an Australian cuisine. Side story, when I was in Europe over, where was I? In Dresden, just south of Berlin in Germany, I actually saw, for the first time, a marketed restaurant as an Australian restaurant, and the whole thing just served kangaroo, basically. It was kangaroo this, and everything was just in, try-hard Australian slang. And I mean, most of the stuff that I wouldn't even touch. Like, nobody here really eats kangaroo. I mean, I guess some people in Australia do, but I mean, not everyone. Anyway, so the point of that is that I would be happier paying more for a great location rather than amazing food, because I'm happy with like your average to decent food because it's more of it and it still tastes really nice. I mean, I didn't find a huge difference between the food I had at the Benelong than food I might have had, at some of the shops down in Miranda or Cronulla. Well, that's just my opinion.